What's going on, everyone? I'm on my way down to Daventry. I've got about an hour's drive to get down to Drayton Reservoir. I'm going to be there for 48 hours. Hopefully I'm going to bag a few. I mean, it is quite an easy fishery in compared to some places. They average between 14 to 18 pounds, so hopefully I'll be able to catch a few fish, maybe get a big one, never know. See what happens. Nothing but absolute bangers on the way down to Daventry. Feeling good about this section, looking forward to it. I'll speak to you when I get there. You're alright, mate. Cheers. Spot on, thank you very much. Been on the road for about 10 minutes. I mean, wouldn't be a journey without any traffic, would it? Absolute nightmare. I hate traffic, does my head in. Yeah, so don't know how long this is going to take. See what happens. Finally at Drayton Reservoir. It took me a little bit longer than I expected, just because I was in autopilot mode and I ended up missing my junction. So yeah, I'm going to get my kit out and then I'll speak to you on the bank. So it's my second day here at Drayton. I've had a fair few fish. I think I've had 10 or 12 fish so far. Biggest one was 19.6, and I think the smallest was, I think it was 15 something. But yeah, I had a good session. Last night was an absolute madness. I had 7 and then I got tired, so I just brought the rods in because it was just literally non-stop. So brought the rods in, put them back out again this morning about 6 o'clock. Unfortunately I haven't had anything yet, but this place is that you don't really catch many in the morning. You get the odd one, but they come mainly in the afternoon. I had an absolute nightmare with the first fish yesterday. The bank's a platform, so they can go underneath the peg. Bringing him in, he was coming in fine. Next thing you know, he's in the platform and he's just bolted underneath it. Literally couldn't do anything about it. Wrapped me round, and I was just stuck. The only way I could free it is if I went into the lake, really, and that was it. So got down to my boxers, jumped in, absolutely freezing cold water, managed to free the fish. The fish was still on, and I managed to net it, which was happy days. And that was the biggest of the day. That was 19.6, that was. So it was quite nice to have a fish like that and land it. You got to do them things sometimes. It's so important you look after the fish. You know, if they're stuck swimming around with a rig in their mouth, it's not fair. So if I can free a fish by going in the lake, then I will. Don't really faze me. It's got to be done. It's one of them things. But yeah, luckily I managed to net it. Happy days. So on one rod I'm fishing the Ronnie rig on the helicopter, and the other I've just got a simple leg clip system with a blowback rig. And to be fair, both of them are working for me, so one's not working better than the other. I've caught the same amount of fish on both rigs, so I'm just going to keep them out there. So I'll try and get some action for you of the fish, and then we'll take it from there and see what happens. So this is my spot mix. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Absolute smells beautiful. Don't know if you can see that. So I've got tuna boilies, corn, hemp, tiger nuts. Got the lot going on, and then I've got some of the sticky krill flavouring, so I've just tipped a load of that in there as well. Seems to get them going. But yeah, I mean, this lake, they absolutely love the food going in, so more food the better really. When I got here yesterday, I put 15 spots out on over each rod. Last night I put 20 over each rod. Woke up this morning, put another 15 out. But then I've just been throwing boilies out with the boilie stick, and it's doing the business. Dead quiet here today. I've pretty much got the whole side to myself, which is quite good. I haven't got to worry about other anglers. When I come yesterday, I think I had 4 up on my left, and then there was just 1 person on my right. So it's quite good. It's, you know what, lockdown's helped it out because it's not that busy. So it's quite nice having the freedom. I haven't got to worry about the fish going into the other pegs because the pegs are quite close here. I mean, you've got a platform, but the pegs are probably a metre apart, so it's not enough room really. On the Ronnie rig, I'm using Cell pop-up 14mm. Soak that in a tuna supreme goo. That's been soaking in for a week or so, so it's proper, smells potent, and it gives off a slick for the fish as well, so it gets them going. Absolute madness. 1 rod's gone screaming off. Just netted that one. As soon as I netted it, right hand rod screamed off. Double take. First one looks like quite a nice fish. Nice fat fish. All of this happens with absolute pouring rain. Swimming might not be good, but the fishing's good. How's it going? You alright?
Nice, isn't it?
25.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good looking at that.
This is one of the rigs I've been using. This is the Ronnie rig. So I've been fishing it with a pop-up, and then when it's on the floor it just sits up just off the bottom. It's been absolutely smashing it. This is mouth trap, £20. I've got an anti-tangle sleeve just so when it casts it don't tangle up, it just lays back down. I was fishing this on a heli-safe system, but ended up getting snagged up and getting cut off. So I chucked it on a standard leg clip system, and it's still been working fine. All you need to do is put the bait on, get a little bit of bait floss, tie it through the swivel, pull it through on the pop-up, and then burn the end and dab it, and it's been doing the business. I've had a number of fish on this, to be fair, so I can't fault it. and it's when this casts out, I know it's not tangled up, because you can see that it's not going to tangle at all. So it's absolutely fantastic rig. Definitely give it a try. Guaranteed fish on the bank. This is the other rig I've been using. Got a standard leg clip on there, foot of rig tubing, and then down on the hook link I've got end trap soft, and that's attached to a size 6 captor hook. This is tied on with a 6 knotless knot, and on the end of it I've just got to kick it just to help it turn into the mouth easier. And then I've attached a micro swivel to the hook, and that's stopped with a hook bead on it. You just use the bait floss to put the bait on. I mean, I'll probably have more fish on this than the other one, to be fair, but I mean they both work really well. Again, I've got an anti-tangle sleeve on there, so when it casts out I know that's going to be laying flat on the bottom and it's not going to be tangled up. So it's a good rig to use if you want to use boilies. Definitely recommend it. Also, I did use blowback rig as well. That's a very good rig. They both work just as well as each other. So when you get on the bank, give them a go. Time is now 10 past 10. It's been an absolute madness. The last couple of hours I think I've had 10 fish in 2 hours. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It's been hectic. It's literally, as soon as I cast in, like leave it for 2 minutes and then it's off. So it's slowed down a bit now, so I'm going to get ready for the night. Hopefully I'll catch a big one. I had my PB earlier, which was 25. I've had about 40 fish in total. I've only recorded the ones I think are decent looking fish and were good size. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a few more tonight. If it gets too much, I'll just end up taking my rods out. I did that last night just because it was too hectic and I couldn't get no sleep, so I had to take it out. There we go, another one. So that bite that just went off, netted it, released it. As soon as I release it, right hand rod goes off. Absolute carnage. Like, you can't make it up, it's ridiculous. When I had that PB, I did have a brace of them, but when I went to sack them, I didn't do the zip up properly, and one of the fish got out, so I was absolutely gutted, but it's one of them things. At least I managed to keep one fish and it was my PB, so I can't complain. They were similar size, but I reckon the smaller one went, so it's not the end of the world. So I can't complain. Good session. I had a few fish last night, nothing really special. To be honest, I took them out. I was catching too many. I've caught that many fish, I kind of just had enough of it now. Kind of gets to a point when you catch so many, you kind of just want to chill out and relax. So I'm going back home today. I'm going to be visiting linear fisheries next week. Hopefully I'll be able to get a big one there. So I'll take you guys with me and see what we can do.